مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to another episode of Iftar with Usman Attari. Alhamdulillah, episode number 14 is actually our second last episode as well. And for that, I had to get a very, very VIP special guest today. Just before I call my brother on, if everybody can share this link on your social media everywhere, inshallah, with good intentions. Now, my brother that I've got tonight is a very popular brother. He's all over social media for the right reasons, obviously, not for the bad reasons. Alhamdulillah, for the Nadkhwani and the amount of charity work, mashallah, this brother has done is next level. You can't put into words as well, mashallah. Raising £1 million on his own. It's none other than Oldham's finest, Janab Naseeb Abbas, also known as Prince Naseeb. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hazrat Usman Saab or behind the scenes Ahsan Khushtar Saab, aapko main salam pesh karta hu, or all your viewers, mashallah. Hope you are well and keeping well, mashallah.
Wa alaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah, we're doing well. How are you?
Karam, Mawla, alhamdulillah, bara shukar, mashallah. Just plodding on, taking in all the Ramadan blessings as much as we can, mashallah. As you can imagine, we've only got a few more left, which is quite saddening to hear, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, Chand lamhat Regan, obviously, how has it been for you so far in Ramadan? Especially in the lockdown.
To be honest, you know what, Usman, it's not been that bad. I mean, every year it happens. I mean, this is sunnat of all our people. Like every year they said, okay, Ramzan's coming, he'll see, mushkil see, it's going to be hard, it's going to be this. And to be honest, you know what? In fact, this year is probably one of the most easiest years of doing Ramadan. I mean, considering even the fasts were quite long as well, but it didn't really affect us as much because of the lockdown, because everything was on a pause. Like you had absolutely nothing to do. You had no work to do. You had nothing else to do other than just to sit at home. So alhamdulillah, I think we've done well this year, mashallah. I think I've not felt it that bad this year. And alhamdulillah, I'm very happy to say that alhamdulillah, this year we managed to do a lot more ibadat. I used to be very strict with my tarawih, but back in the days when I didn't used to work. But now I almost feel as if I'm in the same category now. I'm not working now because of the lockdown, and alhamdulillah, majority of my tarawih is read as well. So we managed to make the most of it, but not the ultimate most of it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, you said that brilliantly, because there's obviously good and bad to everything. Lockdown has its good reasons. Obviously, we're all at home. We're doing ibadat at home. We've got more time to spend with our loved ones. The bad, obviously, massages are closed. Like you said, Tarawih as well. I think that's the nuqsan that we've had in this Ramadan. But overall, I think it's gone easy. It's gone smooth as well. The weather hasn't been too hot as well compared to the last few years. It's been okay.
This day before yesterday, and yesterday was a bit hot. Other than that,
just had 1-2 days. Other than that, it's been cool as well. Chalo, I'll start off with the short tilawat, Brother Naseeb, and then we'll take it from there, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا Sadaqallahul Azim. Brother Naseeb, okay, we're going to start with a few questions. Not to worry, just normal general questions about your Naat Khwani, your journey through
I feel
Naat
like I'm on
Khwani.
an interview, bro. I feel like I'm on an interview going for a
It is actually an interview. This is you're getting to know Naseeb Abbas behind things. He knows you on social media and everything. Like this is behind the scenes, the work and stuff like that. Obviously, like I want to say one thing as well. When I mentioned that behind the scenes, I like to vouch this as well. That brother Naseeb is the same what he is on social media and on behind the scenes as well. It's not narcissist like they say.
Yeah.
Okay, Naseeb Abbas, where did the prince come from? Prince
All
Naseeb.
right, I'm glad. Yeah, okay. So I'm glad you've asked me. You're the second person that's asked me on the live now. The first person, I was on live in Canada, and the alim that was actually interviewing me, he goes, "Could you just tell me where the prince comes from?" And I've just not randomly just added it to my name because obviously I used back in school I used to do boxing. I wouldn't say heavy or light or whatever, just to normal boxing. I used to enjoy boxing. And then because as we know,
I was gonna say Prince Naseem
Hamid, exactly. So because there's Prince Naseem at the end, Alhamdulillah, a lot of people started calling me, yo, Prince, I think at the time they used to take the mick on me, or Prince Haya, never Prince Haya. Do you understand at the time? But it kind of stuck with me after that. And then I went into college. A lot of people started knowing me with the name Prince as well. And then I think when Facebook started, and because people knew you would recognize you through your nicknames, I just put it on my Facebook as Naseeb. And Alhamdulillah, after then onwards, it kind of really stuck on. Then I got verified on Facebook as well with the blue tick. Alhamdulillah, I'm the only one throughout the whole of the country that's verified on Facebook. Well, now I think Ismail is well now, but back then, Alhamdulillah, I got verified with the name Prince Naseeb. So after that, it kind of stuck with me, and then ever since, people call me when I go to massages as well. Prince Naseeb, Abam Dawat dete hain, Sana Khan Rasool, Prince Naseeb. I'm thinking, oh, yo, boxer hai.
Yeah, I gathered. So I thought that it'll be with Prince Naseem Hamid, the boxing. So I mean, I gotta say one thing: it does suit you, the name.
A lot of people said that. I think because of this, my whitish kind
it's the
of
looks
face
and the personality as well.
I don't know what personality, but looks are not whitish. A lot of people said, you look like a thing. But alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, jo kuch Allah is dene wale Allah ne zaate hai, alhamdulillah, and it is what it is.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Obviously, you're a popular Nathwan. I don't need to tell people that. People know who you are. Wherever your face is, that's it. People are running towards it, mashallah. That's the sort of impact you have on people's lives, mashallah.
I think that works both ways, to be honest. Like yourself, I mean, I do some interview kar rahe ho, lekin my brother, like said, Allah ki badi izzat deti hai. And I think we should consider ourselves quite fortunate to be known as Sana Khan Rasool. Grant us the tawfiq to be able to, live up on this name till the day we die, bro.
Inshallah.
There's something to be very proud of as well, because a lot of people could have called me the ex-bus driver Naseeb Abbas, but alhamdulillah, every time, oh, you're Naat Khan, and it's beautiful, man. It's a very beautiful way of getting.
No, it is. I totally agree, bro. What else, what else would you want to be recognized with by, the Sana Khan or Sana Khan?
Yeah, 100%, definitely 100%. And then on top of that, mashallah, recently, because of the charity work that we've been doing as well, a lot of people have been recognizing me through that as well. But alhamdulillah, it's all a different, all beautiful package, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted with this beautiful, mashallah, recognition. Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. Obviously, like I said, you're a popular Nathwan. From what age did you start reciting now?
Well, I've, to be honest, I wasn't. So back in the days, I used to listen to Naats, not recite them. Mashallah, you're very old in the game anyway. I think with me, I used to listen to Naats. My mother used to listen to Naats when from a very, very young age. Ever since I, understood the world around me. I've understood that my mother, listened to nasheeds, and back in those days, I used to listen to a lot of those Qari Shahid nasheeds as well. So I remember, back in those days, the hi-fis.
Yeah.
I used to have one in my room, and literally my bed used to be here, and the hi-fi used to be on top of the bed over here, on top of a shelf. And I remember that I used to put the tape of Qari Shahid in there. and I used to play. And obviously, once the cassette used to finish, the hi-fi used to switch off itself, and that's how I used to go to sleep. But just while listening to the machines. And just recently, I think about 6 years, I started reciting, and it's only started when my ustad.
I believe I've seen a video in 2011 of you reciting. It was on
2000.
Noor TV.
Yeah, so it started then initially. So basically, Noor TV have got a very big hand in me reciting because their son, Peer Al Siddiqui Saab's son, Peer Noor Al Alifin Saab, I'm very close with them. Well, I was very close with them back in the days, and obviously now everyone kind of moves on to the, with their own paths in life. But I was very close with them because they used to teach me Quran, and then what happened was, back in those, we recently opened a masjid in Oldham, Jamia Moil Islam Siddiqia. That's in Oldham on Copstick Road. Alhamdulillah, we built our masjid with our own hands. We literally built it with our own hands, mashallah. Did all the labor work inside it as well. So I've got a very big hand in that masjid. I was part of the committee of the masjid as well back then. And I used to have this I used to be fascinated over sound systems, like with echoes and everything and whatnot. And I remember once that the masjid was really empty, and I decided, let's recite a naat over here. Just as me and my mate Imran from Oldham. And I remember I go to my you hold this video, this my phone, and record me. And I remember I recited this naat all on my own, which is me and him, in the middle of the masjid. So that video then got saved onto my phone. So back in those days, so what happened then was because Ustad Noor Al-Hafiz Saab used to be very close to me, so he used to go through my phone just to make sure I'm not getting up to anything dodgy and this and that one. So he used to go through my phone and as you do anyway, you keep a track of people. And he come across this video. He goes, "Ye kya hai?" I go, "Peer Saab, ye to naat पढ़ रहा हूँ ना." He goes, "माशाल्लाह, आपने बहुत अच्छी पढ़ी नात." मैं, "Peer Saab, alhamdulillah." He goes, "चलो ठीक है, जिक्र में हमने आपको बुलाना है. मैं एक ही खुदा में जिक्र में नहीं पढ़ूंगा. मैं नहीं पढ़ूंगा. I can't read different to people. It is what I can't read different to people." He goes, "नहीं, आपने पढ़नी है." मैं, "Peer Saab, तकिया जाती." So what I did, I missed about 3 zikrs in a row, 3 weeks in a row. Yeah, so it used to happen every. I missed 3 zikr. I thought, I must have forgot. So there's me walking like a bad man, into the masjid. I think, he's forgot what he's forgotten. I've sat right at the back of the masjid. Zikr's taking place. It's at the peak of the whole mehful. They've got the whole masjid is full of people. There's about 250 people there, And I'm sat there consciously on my phone, And next minute, अब हम दावत देते हैं इस मस्जिद के कमेटी के member, माशाल्लाह बहुत प्यारी आवाज. And I'm thinking, who can at this point I've still not clicked on it. It can be me over here. And he goes, "Ab hum dawat dete hain hamane sana khane Rasool Naseeb Abbas, brother Usman. I want to die, bro." I just wish that like my ruh just come out of my body, and I just thought, you know what, it's best if I just end up dying of it, because I did not want to walk. And I remember walking up to the stage from the back of the masjid, and I gave him dust of a beast, because me and him were on a level, we were like friendship level as well. And I gave him dust, and he smirked me. He popped a smirk, and I thought, oh, he's done me now. Alhamdulillah. From then onwards, I recited the naat. That was probably one of the most nerve-wracking moments in my life. Like I don't remember anything as nerve-wracking as that was, because it was the first time reciting in front of
That's obviously that's obviously changed everything. You, mashallah, now you're more confident than ever. And you're reciting now anywhere, everywhere. Anyway, that helped.
Yeah, Usman, what I want to add to that is the fact that, look, mashallah, we've got people watching us today as well, and many of them probably will have children. And as a piece of advice to all the people who are watching, and something that's worked for me, and I know I've actually read about it because I read a lot of books as well, and I've read this. This does actually work. When you praise your children, you praise someone that does work, it encourages people. Now, if I read that nasheed at that particular moment, and I did not get praise, and I did not get the motivation, I did not get the the wah-wah from the people, I would not be here today. Hello, can you hear me? I think you're frozen, Usman. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
So the motivation, I'm saying, Usman, is very, very important, that you motivate your children. If you want your child to do something, and first of all, the child should have a passion for it, and second of all, the end result should be that you guys should be praising that child constantly, just to give him that boost. And that worked for me. Because if I didn't get the praise and the approval of a Naat Khan, back in those days, I wouldn't be where I am today. Not having said that, that does not mean that I'm a professional Nathkhan. I'm not. I don't even consider myself as less than an amateur as well. But Alhamdulillah, I get called as a Nathkhan, and I believe that जिस बारगाह में हम नात पेश करते हैं, where the बारगाह the believe Nasheeds, उस बारगाह में वाज नहीं देखी जाती, दिल की intention देखी जाती है. ये intentions from the heart.
Intention, yeah.
The heart as
Totally
well.
agree.
And Alhamdulillah, it gave me that boost. That one moment gave me that boost, and that one moment I will remember for the rest of my life. And today I'm sitting over here, on YouTube, telling you that moment because it has stuck with me for the rest of my life, and I know how that changed my life.
Yeah, it was. I remember the first Youth North Conference. You were there. I was there as well.
Yeah.
We talked about this with Brother Umar 2 days ago. We had a show with him, and we mentioned that I wasn't initially meant to be reciting on that mehfil. I wasn't on the poster or anything like that. But Brother Umar, I've known him for a very long time, so he remembered me and he rang me. He said, "Look, I've got a mehfil. And come read." And I looked at it and I thought, I didn't look at it and think I'm not the person, I'm not going to read. I still went and I thought I'd read. And you know what? I was that close in not reading. But obviously I read. But Alhamdulillah, from that day, that's one thing I can say. From that day onwards, it changed everything for me. Alhamdulillah, up and down the country, the mehfils as well, everywhere. I've been blessed to go to a lot of places. It's always that one moment we don't realize. But, very far. Like for example, that first mehfil that you had as well. Room for that as well. You won't be where you are right now.
It totally changes your life. It changes your everything about your life. You start living for it as well. I think that's something that I've really enjoyed. Wallahi, I've really enjoyed, and it is a beautiful journey to go on. Mashallah, where like I said, you get known. I mean, you've been internationally, so have I. I've not been as many countries as you have. But alhamdulillah, even when you go to these different countries, mashallah, people recognize you for being Sana Khan Rasul, bro. I think that's even bigger. That's even better than the title of being a king or an actual real prince.
No, I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with you with that one. Yeah. I'm just going to ask you a few more questions. I'll get you to recite one Nasheed as well. Obviously, you mentioned Qari Shahid Mahmood, and everybody knows that he's your ustad as well.
Yeah.
But was he your actual favourite Nathan from growing up? The first Nathan?
Without a shadow of a doubt, Usman. Without a shadow of a doubt. He was the person who I used to listen to a lot. Back in those days, there was no such thing as YouTube. So we never used to have a variety of Nathkhans. So, Jerry cassette, Pakistan, which is not a cassette sunna, as you can imagine.
Yeah. DVDs.
Yeah? You just took out my mouth. You just literally took out my mouth. Either DVDs or the cassettes. And, alhamdulillah, ever since I still remember my mum thrown out the cassettes now, only a few years back. But I still remember I had about 15 to 20 cassettes of Qari Shahid. And,
MashaAllah.
He was my inspiration. He was my motivation. He's the one that, got me into the Nasheeds. And ever since, obviously, when I started speaking to him when he came to the UK, alhamdulillah, it's been an amazing journey, man. And even I've told Qari Shahid this as well, that alhamdulillah, he has a big, massive part in my journey.
Yeah. Obviously, he's like he's your ustad, he's like a mentor, and he's a good friend as well of yours.
Alhamdulillah, very good friend, mashallah.
You got a good bond with him, mashallah. We've seen it all over. It's like, that's okay. So, Qari Shahid was your first inspirational Nathan. So, which kalam of his was your favorite?
Mahdi Shan.
First kalam.
Mahdi Shan.
Okay. Okay, then recite 1-2 shares of that if you can, please. If you know it.
I don't think.
Sallallahu alayka ya Rasulullah wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah. अज़मता की सुनावा عظمت کی تھی سنا دیا عظمت کی سناوا دیا تور دیا نے دعا دیا تار دیا نے دعا دیا لال پیارا جب تک گھر نہیں آمدا لال پیارا جب تک گھر نہیں آمدا رین گونگے تھے نگاہ دیا رین گونگے تھے نگاہ دیا رب قادر کریم رہی میں نہیں اللہ پاک ورگا بات رب تو ساری کائنات او دوجا کوئی نہیں شاہ اولاد ورگا تے پتر پاوے زمانے دا غوث ہوئے او کوئی ماں دے پیرا دی خاک ورگا پتر پاوے زمانے دا غوث ہوئے انہیں یو ماں دی پیرا دی خاک ورگا عظمتاں کی سنا دیا رو پرے پیارے محمد اے مصطفیٰ رو پرے پیارے محمد اے مصطفیٰ یاد جد آیا وفا دیا یاد جد آیا وفا دیا عظمت کی سنا دیا.
Wow, wow, subhanallah, mashallah. Brother Naseeb Abbas, you have such a soothing voice. It straight hits your heart, mashallah. That was beautifully recited. That was beautifully recited. And just going to ask you one or two more questions, if you don't mind. Have you done any singles?
Okay, so I did one single, which is Mustafa. I did that about 2 years ago. And inshallah, I've got 2 more kalams which I've recorded and waiting to release, inshallah. So I'm working on a good moment for them to inshallah. I'm thinking about just after Eid for one of them, and then another one as well, which is the Patwari Kalam, which alhamdulillah many people have heard before, but I'm going to leave it as a surprise. As soon as I mention Patwari Kalam, I think you probably got it straight away. But inshallah, that's the next kalam
I got it
officially, and inshallah it'll be a good one. It definitely will be a good one.
The first kalam that you said was that Mustafa. That was a video kalam.
Yes.
Actually, I think you forgot that you've done a single before that. That wasn't. You didn't do a video to it.
Nabi and Sardar. Yeah, I did. To be honest, that wasn't the best kalam which I've done. Nabi and Sardar. It was something that I just did for the sake of doing it at the time, but I didn't put too much effort into it. And I did release it, I remember, and I wouldn't. I mean, even that's still in the market, but mashallah, it is good. But I don't feel it's my best work at the time. So that's why I don't really bring it into the actual thing. But the one
and
was my official
also,
one, really. Yeah.
Okay, and you said you've been to the studio. You called it 2 more. I believe you're working alongside Irfan Chaudhary. Is that right?
That's correct. Inshallah. Yeah,
that's gonna be a brilliant one.
Chaudhary. He's one of the best, mashallah. I think he's really, really good in what he does. Very talented. and he takes a lot of work off your head as well, and he just gets on with it. But it's really, really good. It's really, really good.
No, he's I totally agree. Have you already done the video shoot for them, or
this is it now? The problem we've not done a video shoot now because of the lockdown. Everything's kind of like going a bit slow down. So my next plan after Eid is to get the video shoot done. There's a very special location in London which I've chosen, a very unique one, alhamdulillah, and we'll be doing it there, inshallah.
I think that's another thing. We have a lot of problem with locations in the UK. We don't have that much nice locations.
We don't. You're right. But the location which I've chosen, Usman, it is very, very, very unique. Like I don't think anyone's used it. In fact, no one's used it before till inshallah once I've done it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward. Just waiting for authorization to use our location, because we have to get authorization from people from above. They're very who are very were in charge of that location. So we just waiting for it's looking like they will be given permission for it at the time. But we're gonna see how it goes.
Inshallah, hopefully that goes well for you, brother. Albums? Any albums in the line? Or
yeah, to be honest, Usman, you know what it is? I don't think that people don't listen to albums anymore, man. You know that, and I know that as well. They don't. It's all about singles nowadays as well, because with albums, it's like you just you read about 5, 6, and then we just launch it out. You want to? I'm this kind of person that I want to focus on one, and I'm going to put my full focus on that one single. And when you put the one single, you can push it out more as well. With the albums,
that's true.
The albums used to work with, back in the days when CDs were around and cassettes were around. Now social media, no one listens to albums, bro. Everyone downloads things from YouTube or iTunes or
True.
And there's no need. There's no need. Yeah. But yeah, alhamdulillah. We're definitely looking forward to it.
I know. Yeah, I'm having a slight issue with my internet. That's why I'm talking over you. Obviously, you've done some singles. You're going to do some singles as well. Like you mentioned, you're going to release some in the near future. Would you like to do a duet with someone in particular, in the UK or Pakistan?
To be honest, people with Pakistan is a bit difficult because obviously the kalams that we read and the style that we read it according to our surroundings. And the people of Pakistan, they've got their own way of releasing kalam. We've got our own way of releasing kalam. As you can imagine, Amr Rubani, Hamza Khan, and everyone around us. We've got our own way of doing it. I have been offered by Brother Amr Rubani to do a duet together with him. But inshallah, that's probably in the future. See how it goes. He has offered me.
That'll be good. Yeah.
Something I wouldn't mind doing, because obviously Rubani, mashallah, he has got a very unique way of reciting the sheets. And they can, inshallah, in the future. I don't mind. I don't mind doing it. I definitely don't mind doing it. Mashallah.
And any countries you've been visited for Nathwani?
So last year, I didn't go especially for Nathwani, but I went for charity. But alhamdulillah, my nasheeds, nasheeds there quite a lot, so I might as well have just gone there for nasheeds, to be honest. Yemen, from all places, mashallah, I recited a few kalams there, and they absolutely loved it. Yemen was one of the most beautiful locations I've been to, and a lot of people, and I've said this in front of all of my kalam as well, and they said it's all right for me to say this, that going to Yemen, I felt more like Medina in Yemen than I feel like Medina in Medina. Because the surroundings, wallahi, I'm not joking to Yemen, because the Prophet ﷺ said that faith is Yemeni. The faith of Islam is Yemeni. It originates from Yemen. Majority of the Sahaba Ikram were from Yemen. You understand? So, and I smelled the khushbu of Islam from Yemen. And even like having said that, even like the surroundings of buildings, mud houses, mud masajids, the people, the adab and the love and the welcoming. The Prophet ﷺ said that Yemen, the people of Yemen have the softest of hearts. The people of Yemen have the most softest of hearts. And I recognized that, and I understood that, and I felt that when I went to Yemen. And when I used to recite the nasheeds there, you could feel the ishq in their hearts, and they used to just blow out of proportion. Alhamdulillah. And so I decided one of the locations I went to. Yemen was Syria, mashallah, Jordan. We've been there as well, mashallah. Pakistan, the West, I've been to Morocco, Morocco. We did a few nasheeds in Morocco. Recently, we went to Paris. MashaAllah, that's especially for nasheeds. Paris, France. MashaAllah, we went there at Minaj al Quran place. MashaAllah, we went there. We sent a few columns there, and yeah, no, up and down the country. To be honest, up and down the country.
MashaAllah, yeah. Up and down, definitely up and down the country. We see you everywhere on every poster, more or less, MashaAllah. You're doing very, very well, MashaAllah. Okay, I'm going to ask you a bit more about your charity side. You know, the work that you've done, MashaAllah. Absolutely amazing work that you've done. You've by yourself, alhamdulillah, MashaAllah. Obviously, the people donating as well, but like just one person who's getting money together, over £1 million. Even saying that is hard.
1.4 million now, alhamdulillah. We're currently at 1.4 million now. MashaAllah.
Even just saying that is hard. Yeah, I can't imagine how hard it was.
You know what it is? Yeah, you know, alhamdulillah, I always say I know it's hard to say it, yeah, but you know, when you have the right infrastructure to get to that point, it's not hard. I'll give an example. What we've shown in our charity was credibility, accountability, transparency, efficiency, and effectiveness. These are the most important things. You know, Yar, you know, when you show people the work and you show where the money is being spent, you know, even as far as saying, you know, like for example, you know, where you're, you know, for example, if you're not 100% donation policy, we'll tell them it's not 100% donation policy. Why? Because, for example, the Ramadan food packs, the people who have got to put the food packs together are our children from court, yeah. But we feed them at the end of the day. You know, we order like a food from from one of the local takeaways in Pakistan. We'll feed them as well. We've got some other workers on the ground, not about 2 or 3 workers. We pay for them as well. They're not high salaries. On top of that, we've got to pay for the truck drivers. We've got to pay for the volunteers who give out the food to every single person in the house. So all in all, mashallah, each our food pack, even though it's costing us 50 quid, but within that £50, we've shown people that look, our logistics are in there as well. Our logistics are in there, and it's still a very healthy package. And mashallah, you know, when people saw the transparency and have been shown the costs and everything behind it, you know, people threw money at me. Wallahi, Usman, people threw money at me. And alhamdulillah, this year alone in Ramadan, I've raised 600 and just under £20,000 in Ramadan alone.
This Ramadan,
620,000.
MashaAllah. You know what I meant by, obviously it's hard saying that, as in like it's hard for somebody like me, you know, just to say 1.4 million. But mashallah, obviously, like you said, transparency, efficiency, everything. You know, if you show that, you know, everything is legit, mashallah, that you're doing, then obviously people do come without hesitation. They'll come and, you know, throw money at you.
But do you know what is this one? You know, the other best winning formula is court itself. Our work speaks for itself. What we say is, look, you know, if you're going to donate towards our charity, you know, back in those days, you know, unfortunately, what we have nowadays, and unfortunately, it happens a lot, and it's going to happen. It's going to hit it's going to hit the ceiling very, very quickly. That people have started coming into, and I always say, asli nakal honi hai. For example, there's gold, yeah. There you will always find a knuckle of gold in the market because it's valuable. What we say is, alhamdulillah, our work is valuable. Our work is valuable. Our transparency is valuable. But then you'll find other people who will actually go about trying doing what we're doing, but they won't do the 100% what we're doing. They're only doing it just for the sake of raising money and then literally filling their own bank accounts. And unfortunately, we've come across where, unfortunately, within our own UK as well, I've come across a few charities that are doing this, unfortunately, and 16 people are watching this today. And, you know, for the brothers and sisters who are watching, you know, just be careful as to who you donate your money to, because what we say is, look, once you donate to our charity, go and see our work. We say, go and see our work, go to court, and tell our team that, look, you know, we've given money to Naseeb. We want to know where the money's been spent. And alhamdulillah, that is my winning formula, because we can show credibility, we can show the money trail. Alhamdulillah. And that's what the biggest winning formula is of ours, that we show where the money is going and where it's been spent and how it's been spent.
Yeah, mashallah, I totally agree with you. I don't know if you know, but I was part of court as well about around 2015, 2016 time.
I did hear, I think one of the volunteers was saying that we had Milad Raza Qadri at one point, and Nasir Khan, and Usman Attari. And I started scratching my head thinking, which Usman Attari is this? And there's two of you in it. There's one, mashallah, our very healthy with those.
Usman Raza.
Usman Raza. And then they said, yeah, Usman Attari from Bradford. So yeah, I actually totally forgot that come out of my head as well. I was going to say, you know the work more than anyone as well, because you were part of Court.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'll just tell a little bit now. I think I joined around 2015 time. My cousin, you know, Chaudhry Nadeem Malik, you know him very well.
Yeah.
He was doing it with them, and then my friend as well, Ali Jack from Keith.
He's one of the backbones of Court, bro, without a doubt. Acha, Bismillah.
So he started obviously with doing a charity with Court, and he started the cakes campaign. And I remember for about a good 2-3 years, I was throughout Ramadan, we were doing the cakes for orphans campaign, and my booth used to be full every single day. It was absolutely beautiful. Obviously, we did the charity, I think Shimla's on Greyhound Road. Shimla's Greyhound Road, they did the full, whatever they made of the day, they gave it to Court as well. Alhamdulillah, I did quite a lot of events as well with the Court, and one thing I'll say is that Court is one of the very few charity organizations that you could trust your money with, and you could go, like you said, you go there yourself and you see, wow, the kids there, they're living better than kids in the UK. Yeah. Mashallah, the facilities they've got there and everything. You go there and you think, wow, you're in a different. It's like a whole city in one little land, mashallah. And one thing I've got to say is I was part of Court as well, and I still support Court all the way as well, whether if I'm there or not. But you're right, Naseeb, brother Naseeb. Court's work, what they've done, and even now with we had the earthquake not long ago as well, and then they started the housing project as well. Give us a bit of information about that as well. How that come across?
So Alhamdulillah, we obviously the earthquake that took place literally in 2019. I don't remember the exact date. I think it was September. I think it was time when earthquake struck. Majority of the people have lost a lot of their houses in Meerpur, Azad Kashmir. And I remember saying this to Uncle. Uncle spoke to me, going to see what do you think we should do. How should we approach? And I go, Uncle, if you want to build houses for these people, in my head I thought, I should think to myself, people are more generous in the month of Ramadan, as everyone is. Everyone tends to be generous in the month of Ramadan.
Yeah, they are.
And I go to my uncle, whenever I've released a link, I've ever done fundraising, it's always been in the month of Ramadan. So I've never known it not to be Ramadan and raise money. And I go, Uncle, we can ask, we can go ahead and do this where we could raise funds for 100 houses, but it might be very difficult. Uncle goes, look, what you're going to see, but then our intention is pure. If Allah SWT makes it easy for us, we'll be able to do it. Wallahi, Usman, I sit over here and I am absolutely in shock, because at that time, we're considering how we started off and how we finished. Where we said we were going to build 100 houses, we ended up building 150 houses. Just through my social media, just through my giving, I raised 360,000, I think it was, or 50,000, I don't remember. £350,000 in for the housing project.
MashaAllah. Yeah. That's 150 houses, and there's also a Court village as well.
There's a Court village as well. There's a Court village. So in total, I probably did. In fact, I'm not going to say we probably got together and did at least about 55 houses on our own, just through my social media. And then Court, mashallah, they're all very credible themselves. A lot of people give money to Chaudhry Abbas as well, so they did the other half as well. But what I'm trying to say is, and I want to give an example, like there's people on my social media, especially on my Snapchat, that have never met me, have never spoken to me. They've never even interacted with me, Usman. And yet we find a brother, and I'm going to get this brother's example now, because it's very powerful, this example. Okay? I was on the way back from Pakistan after giving people an information update as to what's happening with the housing project. And this brother contacted me on social media, on my Snapchat. He said, brother, I want to donate 10 houses at 3,900.
MashaAllah.
3,900 pound each one house, yeah? Now, obviously, Usman, as you know, and I know as well, people trying to get your attention, people tend to come up with, crazy stuff, and they expect you to kind of give your attention to them, and they want to start stuff. So I thought maybe it's one of those brothers, and I thought, okay, brother, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll go, brother, okay, brother, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless you, and even if you can't, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your intentions, inshallah, yeah. I go, brother, this is a link. Donate it onto this link, and just let me know once it's done. I didn't think much of it. Usman, I was on the flight from Dubai to Pakistan, because from Dubai to England, because I was from Pakistan to Dubai. I stayed over in Dubai for 2 days at one of my mate's house, and then from there I come back from Pakistan to come to England. I remember sitting on the flight, and because Emirates is probably one of the planes that have Wi-Fi on them, so you can use the internet on there, and so you get messages, WhatsApp, everything. So next minute I get a message on Snapchat saying, brother, I've donated the £39,000 into your account.
Wow,
this can't be true. This can't be, because I'm not spoken to this brother. This guy doesn't know who I am. This guy doesn't know where I live. He only knows where I work and who I work with. And you just don't donate £39,000 into someone's account, bro. It doesn't work like that.
You know.
No one does that. So
I've shown the truth.
This is it now. And then I've messaged my our admin team, and I go, Abdul, could you confirm for me that £39,000 in my account, in court's account? He goes, yes, I can confirm that £39,000 has just been arrived in the account. I thought, what the hell's going on over here? So as soon as I got off the flight, I go to the brother. I go, message me your number, please, bro. So I rang the brother. Turns out the brother's from London. Very genuine brother, mashallah. He's also got his own charity, Creams Foundation, mashallah. Apparently, he's got a lot of creams, a business called Creams, that specialize in desserts. Throughout the whole of the country, except for Bradford, I think. And this brother, mashallah, he goes, Naseeb, I've been following your work very, very closely. And he goes, me and my partner did not think that we would ever work in Pakistan because of the corruption and the amount of stuff that goes on. He goes, after watching your work, and I said to my partner, look, we've got a brother over here and he's going to do actual work for us. And he goes, my partner started following you, and he goes, after my partner followed me, he goes, he gave me the go ahead. He goes, I didn't want to hesitate, and he goes, I just wanted to put the money into your account. And alhamdulillah, if it wasn't for the lockdown, those houses would have been completed today. We've got about 40 houses done so far. About 40 houses, mashallah. 10 houses are still yet to do. They're done, but they've not got the finishing touches. And the families have not got the houses at the moment. But inshallah, in the next 1 or 2 months, once the lockdown finishes, inshallah, those houses will be complete, and the people who are deserving of the house, inshallah. And just to add to that, we actually did a screening ourselves. Every person that we give the house to, so the people who are orphans, widows, elderly, the ones who are disabled, and the ones who are extremely poor, we did the work ourselves. To a point where even, like, alhamdulillah, the government of Pakistan, like Prime Minister of Imran Khan, which alhamdulillah I had the honor to meet 3 months ago in court, he praised us for the work. He goes, look, what you guys have done is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. We've set a standard, mashallah, throughout the whole of Pakistan. And recently we had the Prime Minister, we had a meeting with the Prime Minister, which I was supposed to be at the meeting myself, because of the whole coronavirus, I couldn't attend. But that meeting was so beneficial, because the Prime Minister said that, I know there's many charities working in Pakistan, but your charity is one of the most well-known charities in Pakistan. And what he said was on top of that, and it was a phenomenal what he said. He goes, what court has done collectively, the government of Pakistan has not done.
Wow, mashallah.
What court has done
from the Prime Minister
of Pakistan. He goes, what court has done collectively, the government of Pakistan has not done.
Wow, mashallah.
So, alhamdulillah, we've got the accountability there, and we've got the backing, and Imran Khan himself is a very reliable, very imandar person, very trustworthy person, and people know him for doing that, mashallah. But alhamdulillah, we take pride in having people like himself, like him, with us, joining us. And I remember Imran Khan saying this, that look, whenever court needs us, especially me, I would always be there for him. And bro, that's a big statement for a Prime Minister.
Mashallah. Bro. That's a very big statement. Very, very big statement.
Yeah.
You don't get that. You don't get that quite often. A prime minister of such a big country, that gives you support and was always saying that, look, if you need anything, you could call us. That's a big thing in itself. So how was it? How was it like meeting Imran Khan for the first time?
Well,
It must be nerve-wracking.
You know what? I don't know whether Ashton Khushter can do this, can put this onto the live, but there's actually a video of us obviously meeting the Prime Minister. It's actually on YouTube. So if Ashton Khushter can put that, I don't know whether he can do it or not. Totally up to him. I don't know. I'm sure he's.
We'll see if he can do it. He's listening, so let's see if he can do it.
Okay, so that video you can see us there in the actual with Imran Khan walking in, mashallah, bro. It was very nerve-wracking, very nerve-wracking. Mashallah, he come in on helicopter, landed his helicopter in court, and he walked in, mashallah. I gave him salam. Chaudhry was himself, which he was with me as at the time, and it was good, man. Let me quickly see if it's on here. On YouTube. 1 second.
Let's see if Ashton can get that up as well.
Prime Minister visits court. Prime Minister visits court. There we go. So yeah, so if you type in Prime Minister visits court, it should come up. 1 second. I don't know if there's an official video to it. There is an official video, court one. Imran Khan. 1 second. But yeah, that video will basically tell you on, and you'll see me in the video there, standing there waiting to meet him in the actual thing. No, that's not there actually. It's another video. Anyway, if Hassan Khushter can get hold of that video. In fact, let's see if I put it on my profile. Pakistan. Pakistan. Sorry, I just. I buzz over this video.
It's good. You're trying to show, obviously.
The work, it is somewhere on there. I don't know where. I forgot. I think I need to actually put it up. Anyway, but it's definitely there's something on there. Prime Minister visit to Pakistan and to court. But yeah, alhamdulillah, it was very nerve-wracking, Usman. It was very good.
Yeah.
It's a very, and to be honest, we set a standard. We set a history in Pakistan for Azad Kashmir for the first time. Sitting Prime Minister coming to Azad Kashmir and also ate in Azad Kashmir as well. Never in the history of Pakistan never happened. That's never happened.
Wow, mashallah. That goes to show that now, obviously, the people that still have doubts, hope they don't have any doubts anymore after this. Mashallah, obviously, it's not a normal thing, a Prime Minister coming, like you said, coming to court and, showing so much support and everything, eating there as well, giving his time, precious time.
Sitting with the children, sitting with the orphans and listening to their stories, bro. He was there for about 2 hours. He loved it. He absolutely loved it.
Yeah, look at that now. That shows his humble side as well. Like, normally, Prime Minister are very reserved. They like to be like, behind. They'll have the security guards and they'll be like behind him. And that. They don't give you time of day. But look at that. I've seen a few videos. He's eating with the little child sat next to him whilst he's eating as well. And there's Jodi Akhtar Saab as well sat next to him. That goes to show, mashallah. Look at court is doing amazing work out there, mashallah. You're an ambassador for court as well, aren't you?
Alhamdulillah. I was a volunteer for court first for 2 years. And then I got the ambassador role last year. And now, alhamdulillah, I am now an official employee of for full-time fundraising for court, alhamdulillah. I'm there at team. I deal with the admin work as well. Because obviously, as you can imagine, the money that we've raised, it's not easy as just getting money in. You've got to allocate that money to where it needs to go, and that's on all of my head as well. So that's one of my responsibilities with court now, mashallah. So I work from home, alhamdulillah, and I do all the work that I need to do. So alhamdulillah, throughout the whole year now, our next project, we've got some very, very big projects. We've got some filtration plants, which we're going to work throughout the whole of Pakistan, not just Azad Kashmir, and the housing project, which is still ongoing. And inshallah, there's massive projects which we are thinking about doing with court, but they're going to go on a very high level. For example, we're even thinking about opening a care home for the elderly, court care home. That's another thing, inshallah. Because Zariba, unfortunately, we see in Pakistan, the majority of our elderly, they're not really looked after with the best quality of, health and whatnot. So we are thinking that's our next project as well. And we're going to probably do the same project within court. So those elderly people are going to look after court children as well. So children are going to look after the court elderly as well. So it's gonna be a very beautiful jigsaw, mashallah, when it comes together.
No, no, that's amazing. It's nice to see, something different. I don't think anybody's done that before as well. It's always good to do something different, and yeah. Also, question in my mind, but it's actually slipped out of my mind now. Yeah, obviously, court isn't court works as obviously it's a charity. It works for the little children, orphans of court as well. But also, you're doing what you do work outside as well, wherever, like, if, for example, the earthquake happened, like you mentioned before, you've done the housing project, and when the I think was it last year or something when that happened between Pakistan and India near the border line.
Line control
as well. I think court went out there as well, didn't they?
Alhamdulillah, we went there to give some food packs to the people living there, mashallah, and we give some kind of we did a lot of food packs there as well, mashallah. That was last Ramadan.
Oh yeah. So obviously, Brother Naseeb, what got you started in charity? I should have asked this at the start, but I forgot about it.
You got a bit carried away, didn't you, mashallah? But it's about it. So, Usman, to be honest, what got me into charities? I remember a brother called Ustad Adam Kelvik. The brother's from Manchester. At the time, I was volunteering for Human Relief Foundation, and I remember finishing work as a bus driver, and I'd come home, and Ustad Adam rang me. He goes, Naseeb, I want you to come with me to Syria, to fundraise. And I replied back, I go, Ustad, I'll come with you. I don't mind coming with you to Syria, because I was looking forward for the maqams and the ziyarats of the Sahaba Ikram buried there. Ubaidah bin Jarrah. We went to the Ashram Mubashira. I was looking forward for that. And I go, look, Ustad, I don't mind coming with you to these blessed places here, but I don't think I'll be able to raise that much money, because not many people know me. Obviously, I wasn't as known back then as Alhamdulillah I am now. And he goes, John Naseeb, at the end of the day, don't look at it in a way where you want me to bring me money in for the charity. He goes, look at it in a way where, Allah, purifies your intention, inshallah. Have the right intention, and that's one will make it easy for you. So I remember going there with Human Relief Foundation for the first time, and my first ever deployment I raised £45,000. Now, for me, that was a big thing. I thought, whoa, like seriously, £45,000. You can go for 45,000. Like I couldn't believe it. So it followed on from year and after year. The year after, I raised £75,000, and the year after that, Human Relief Foundation I raised another, I think, as £85,000. I think it was. So it basically carried on every single year. So then, obviously, I moved away from Human Relief Foundation because they had some bit of their own politics within Human Relief Foundation. So I moved backing away from, because Ustad Adam stopped working for them as well. So I was with Ustad Adam, so I didn't want to be with Human Relief Foundation without Ustad Adam. So I approached Uncle Akhtar, and I go, Uncle, I really want to join your charity because your charity does some very good work.
Oh, so you approached Uncle Akhtar, yeah?
Initially, so Uncle Akhtar, what happened is Uncle Akhtar approached me first for coming to the events.
For Nats?
Yeah, for Nats. Uncle Akhtar approached me for Nats then. So I wanted to be like, to go to the events. Alhamdulillah, I used to go to the events and, recite Nasheed, the one, blah, blah, and everything. And it was good. I used to enjoy it because because you know what the amazing thing was, Usman, the charity was around the corner from my house. So I wanted to be part of it because every time I knew if I was going to go Pakistan, I'm going to go to Ko, I'm going to go home because I literally live around the corner from me, literally around the corner. So Uncle goes, come on board one. So I spoke to one of the volunteers. I don't remember which one. I think it was either Nadeem or one of the other brothers. They called me initially, and then I spoke to Uncle. Uncle, I want to be part of charity one, blah blah blah, and everything. So it worked quite nicely, and then I started reciting the sheets for him at the events. And then a year after, Uncle come to my house. Uncle goes, Naseeb, we want you to be full. We want you to be a volunteer for court for fundraising. So this was last year. Alhamdulillah, and I raised about £85,000 for them, and mashallah, it went so well. Our comments from around the world, mashallah, people just loved it, absolutely. And then, literally 6-7 months ago, Uncle came to my house and he goes, "I want to offer you a full-time job for court and the admin team as well." Whatnot, alhamdulillah. And then from then onwards, mashallah, ever since I've been with court, I think I've raised up to just under £1 million for, mashallah. £100 million.
Wow, mashallah, that's amazing. That's a big achievement from you as well, and obviously the trust that people have in you as well. Obviously, you show everything, A to Z, where the money is going, everything. You've also, this is a bit off court side, but obviously it's got court involved in it as well. You've been invited to ITV and Deck show as well. Saturday night takeaway.
Saturday night takeaway. So yeah, alhamdulillah.
How did that come across? How did that come along? How did that come along? Like,
so what happened was basically, Usman, I got an email, you know, randomly nowadays you get loads of emails from people from all around the world. You know, some people ring you, message you from Africa. You got 4.6 million pound in your name or what? Now we need your. So you get this kind of random emails, So there's one email coming into my inbox, right? And I didn't think much of it because it said ITV on it. I thought, said Naseeb, we want to speak to you. So I left it in my inbox for about 2 weeks. I didn't bother with it.
All right.
I didn't bother with it, So, man, I've been going through my inbox and whatnot because I got a lot of Prince Naseeb officials, you know, for their wedding bookings and whatnot. And, you know, I was going through them. And that ITV one was still there. I thought, why haven't I deleted it? So I thought, okay, I'm going to delete it now. So before I deleted it, I thought, let's have a look what's inside it. So I've gone inside it and turns out that the producer messaged me saying that, look, we've been following your work and we want to basically speak to you. So even then, I didn't think much of it. I thought maybe it's one of those, you know, those ITV Karsan, Gapshap Karsan. So I'll go, here's my number and contact me if you can. So they contacted me for about 4 days. Some girl called Katie from ITV. So he goes, hi Naseeb, I'm calling from ITV production and this and that, blah, blah, blah. She goes, you know, we've been following your work and, you know, we really want you to come down to London. I'm thinking, okay, right, all right, okay, take care. She goes, okay, so we want to speak to you, one of your family members. So she took all my details down, who, you know, about my family and who's in my family and this and that, blah, blah, blah. She goes, I want to speak to someone. Man, why do you want to speak to someone? She goes, I want to speak to one of your family members. I gave her my sister's number. I go, okay, speak to my sister. Now, it turns out was she told my sister everything as to what was going to happen. But she said to my sister not to tell me. Now, considering she was my sister, I was quite surprised, thinking, why is my sister she was acting fishy with me. She goes, oh, you need to be ready for this date. We need to go to London. All the family needs to go, blah, blah, blah. Man, okay. Why are we going to London? Because she goes, oh, you know, the ITV, they want to speak to you, I'll go, okay. So day by day, I started getting hints from my sister. She goes, oh, no, they've just contacted me. Anton Deck, the show on Anton Deck, they want to give you free tickets for that, I'll go, I've never seen the Anton Deck show live. I've never seen it in my life. I'll go, okay, what does it consist? She goes, no, they just want to give you as a ticket for free, all the family. So sister's taken on board or whatnot, and, you know, she's got all the tickets. So all I'm thinking in the back of my mind is, the free tickets, Anton Deck live show, we're going to be in the studio, it's a nice outing with family, they paid for the hotel, they paid for our travel costs, everything they paid for, That's me thinking, like, as soon as I walk
can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. So I've walked into the studios and the producers are staring at me, like literally staring at me like that, And one of the guys comes up, he goes, is it Naseeb? I go, yes. He goes, right, I'm going to want you to come and sit over here. I go, okay. Well, how am I any different to the rest of there's about 500 people in the same studio, I'm thinking, how am I any different to the rest of the people? Yeah, how am I any different? Sorry, the Naseeb's trying to ring me. So I go, how am I different from anyone else? Anyway, sat down. My mum sat next to me. Sister sat a couple of rows down. And Saturday night live shows taking place, Halfway through the show, they're going about showing people, this person raised this much money, this person raised me this much. I'm thinking to myself, subhanAllah, like I've raised like whatever I've raised, And mashallah, alhamdulillah, you know, it's an honest achievement.
At that time, at that moment. Did you click on at that moment?
No, I just thought maybe, chalo, you know, it'd be good if I get recognized. If I don't, alhamdulillah, you know, I'm happy with it, Bro, out of the blue, Anton Deck comes into me. Naseeb here raised 950 out. So, whoa, what's going on here? He goes, everyone gets a free tickets to America, Disneyland, Florida. Everything paid for. 5 tickets for me and my family. $5,000 in spending money. Private jet with Anton Deck.
Whoa.
Yeah. But because of the coronavirus, we've got the tickets, everything. Everything got sorted. Coronavirus kicked in, everything went on hold. So we are due to go to America, but in the next couple of months, inshallah, once everything kind of like quiets down.
MashaAllah, look at that now. Obviously, your intentions, charity work, everything. Would you ever know that you'd go on to, main TV, like ITV one day? That's
Usman,
amazing.
I was being watched by up to 55 million people around the world.
Wow.
So
55 million.
55 million people now know who I am. And alhamdulillah, what we've raised. MashaAllah.
MashaAllah. No doubt you're blessed, Brother Naseeb Abbas, and you've done amazing work. You've got a beautiful voice as well. May Allah put more barakah in your voice as well, and in the work that you're doing as well. I don't want to have you on for too long. We've already, I think we've talked more than the Naats as well. We're supposed to have we normally have about 3 Naats. We're going to do one Naat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to recite one Naat, yeah? And we'll finish off then, like another 6-7 minutes, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And Naat, that's your favorite Naat, yeah?
Okay. So Naat, that's my favorite. 1 second. It's a kalam which alhamdulillah, I read a few years ago, and mashallah, everyone really, really enjoyed it. So I'm just going to try finding the lyrics to it because it's been a while since I read it. Just 1 second. Okay, there we go.
Sallallahu alayka ya Rasulullah wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah Sallallahu alayka ya Rasulullah wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah میں بھی مدینے جاوا میرا جی کر دے میں بھی مدینے جاوا میرا جی کر دے دل دا غال سناوا میرا جی کر دے دل دا غال سناوا میرا جی کر دے میں بھی مدینے جاوا میرا جی کر دے میں بھی مدینے جاوا میرا جی کر دے دل دا غال سناوا میرا جی کر دے دل دا غال سناوا میرا جی کر دے اپنے آپ ویکھاں تے شرماوا میں کیڑے منہ نال رب سامنے آواں میں اپنے آپ ویکھاں تے شرماوا کیڑے منہ نال رب سامنے آواں میں اتھے آ کے پیچھے جاوا میرا جی کر دے اتھے آ کے پیچھے جاوا میرا جی کر دے دل دا غال سناوا میرا جی کر دے دل دا غال سناوا میرا جی کر دے اڈدا آواں ایسے تے دے پر مینوں شہر مدینے وچ مل جاوے کر مینوں اڈدا آواں ایسے دے پر مینوں شہر مدینے وچ مل جاوے کر مینوں تواڈے قدم مولا سب تے ہون عطاواں میرا جی کر دے مولا سب تے ہون عطاواں میرا جی کر دے دل دا حال سناوا میرا جی کر دے دل دا حال سناوا میرا جی کر دے چنگیاں نصیباں والے موجاں مانڈنے तक तक रोज़े बेक सीने ठांद ने चंगे नसीबा वाले अबो जमाद ने तक तक रोज़े पाक सीने ठांद ने मुल में भी नज़ारे पावा पावा मेरे जी करते मुल में भी नज़ारे पावा पावा मेरे जी करते दिल दा हाल सुनावा सुनावा मेरा जी कर दे दिल दा हाल सुनावा सुनावा मेरा जी कर दे डर लगदा है किधरे ना मर जावा मैं हाय मुर्शिद नाल मदीने पाक मुआवा मैं डर लगदा है पहले ना मर जावा मैं मुर्शिद पाक दे नाल मदीने आवा मैं अख ऐसी करो निगाह निगाह मेरा जी कर दे मौला ऐसी करो निगाह निगाह मेरा जी कर दे दिल दा हाल सुनावा सुनावा मेरा जी कर दे दिल दा हाल सुनावा सुनावा मेरा जी कर दे मैं भी मदीने जावा जावा मेरा जी कर दे दिल दा हाल सुनावा सुनावा मेरा जी कर दे
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Beautifully recited, Brother Naseeb Abbas. Just before we go, I would like to thank you very, very much for giving me your precious time. Your time is, MashaAllah, very precious. And joining me on my show as well. And for the nice insight into your life as well and your charity work as well. Jazakallah. May Allah bless you, bless your voice as well. Bless you with your charity work as well, inshallah. And also, whoever joined in as well, Jazakallah for the comments, everything. I couldn't go through the comments because we had, I think we were talking a lot today. Jazakallah. Jazakallah for that as well. Naseeb bhai, I've got nothing but respect for you. No doubt you're doing amazing work, and inshallah you carry that on as well. Right, I'm going to let you go now. I know
well, before I go, mashallah, Usman bhai, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of the episode 14, second to last, mashallah. Alhamdulillah, bless you and your family, mashallah. Also, our brother Ahsan Khushtar, who's in the background, mashallah, who's doing a lot of your work, mashallah, doing a lot of the background. Sometimes, unfortunately, what we see is the people who we see on the screen, and sometimes, people who are doing the work behind, but in the background, they get not known of, and it's very important that people like Ahsan Khushtar Sahab, who's doing some fantastic work. When it comes to Attari within the UK, mashallah, he comes from a very noble background. I want to mention it before I go because it is the actual ultimate truth. And today, mashallah, if the life is getting going ahead, it's because of Abu Ahsan Khushtar and yourself. And mashallah, Ahsan Khushtar,
no doubt,
very noble background, mashallah. His family is very, very beautiful. In fact, the funny thing enough, I actually was speaking to his cousin from Canada. Now I've just put the puzzle together. It was his cousin that asked me why Prince, his cousin who was in in Canada, they had me on live, mashallah, and they mentioned about Ahsan Khushtar Sahab and the whole family as well. So yeah, I've just remembered that straight away, mashallah. But yeah, they come from a very noble family, mashallah. That's one of the blessed with the Ahsan Khushtar Sahab and his beloved father and his whole family, and mashallah, the Nath Ghani within the UK was brought by his family and his family alone, mashallah. And if today I'm reciting the sheets, it's because of people like Ahsan Khushtar and his family and the work that they've done in the background. In fact, I can even say yourself as well. At the end of the day, if brought into the UK was because of people like Ahsan Khushtar and their family. And we have a big, massive thank you to say to their family and themselves. So, Ahsan Khushtar, Allah aapko khush rakhe, abad rakhe. Usman bhai, aapko bhi Allah khush rakhe, abad rakhe. Thank you very much for bringing me on, inshallah.
Abbas, it's my pleasure, bro. It's absolute pleasure having you on. Got nothing but respect for you. And just before you go, last show is tomorrow, and it's actually going to be me and my little brothers, inshallah. So we're going to do a few notes, a few questions, and do tune in, inshallah. Yeah, and
6 o'clock, yeah.
6 o'clock, inshallah. And Naseeb Abbas, bhai, if you could just recite one share of Salat al-Salam under the show, then did, inshallah.
مصطفیٰ جانے رحمت پہ لاکھوں سلام، شمع بز میں ہدایت پہ لاکھوں سلام، شمع بز میں ہدایت پہ لاکھوں سلام، امتی امتی لب پہ جاری رہا، امتی امتی لب پہ جاری رہا، امتی امتی لب پہ جاری رہا، امتی تیری قسمت پہ لاکھوں سلام، مصطفیٰ جانے رحمت پہ لاکھوں سلام، شمع بز میں ہدایت پہ لاکھوں سلام، شمع بز میں ہدایت پہ لاکھوں سلام۔
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم